Welcome to the Home Field Advantage. I'm your host, Todd Scott Miller. I introduced this new series, this new segment coming out a couple weeks ago with Albert Hernandez, and we did a discussion. Looked a little bit like the dugout discussions, if you haven't seen those. But the whole format of this is a little different. Right now, there's a green screen behind me, so I don't know what's going to actually show up on it when this is all said and done, because I'm not sure if I can figure out how it works, but that's beside the point. Anyway, I introduced this, and part of it is I want to talk to people about family. I get asked a lot of questions about this because my wife and I, we celebrate our 26th anniversary on Tuesday, and June 11th. So that was a big milestone, and we've got 3 kids. They're the oldest is 21, and then there's 18 and a 15-year-old. So they're grown and they're doing well, and they're going out in the world now and doing things. And I've had several people come up to me and talk to me about my son and how good he is, and what we did to raise such a great kid and all this stuff. And I'm like, I got lucky, because I don't think I did anything right. But I just wanted to kind of share our experiences and things that we've been through and things we've done, and in hopes that maybe it would help somebody. And as I'm thinking about this, we just got back from vacation about a week ago. We were at Disney World for our 15th time, or maybe more. I'm not sure. I lost count. And I still don't know why I don't get some sort of discount or something like that, Disney. If anyone's listening, yeah. So we've done it a lot, and the very first time that we went with my son, he was 2 years old, and a lot of people look at that and they go, 2, that's crazy. Why would you take a 2-year-old to Disney? They're not going to remember anything. They're not going to do anything. All the usual stuff that you hear whenever you talk about doing anything with a 2-year-old. And as somebody who's visited Disney a lot, I've become kind of the de facto expert amongst friends and family and co-workers and people over the years, and I'm always getting asked where to go, what to do, how to plan it. But the most common question that I've heard over the years is, what's the right age to take your kids? And I think about this because we've taken our kids now from 2 years old. Actually, the first time my middle daughter went, she was only 6 weeks old, but that was kind of a fluke anyway. But from 2 years old to now 21 years old, we've taken our kids. And so there's a wide range. And people ask me, what's the perfect age? And I said all of them, because it was different in all of them. Right? And then they're like, but I want them to remember it. Well, okay, so what's the vacation you most remember growing up? And it's like there's little bits and pieces that you remember of things and vacations and trips, but you don't always remember the whole thing. And it's like they're expecting that since I'm going to spend all this money, I want them to remember everything about it. And it just doesn't work that way. That's just not the way our minds work. That's not the way life works. And if it did, you'd never go again, because you'd remember all the arguments and stuff you had on vacations, and you'd never want to do another vacation. So, especially if you do a road trip. But we'll not talk about that right now. So, but the first time we took him, he was 2 years old. I happened to be working at Cape Canaveral on a project over there, and they put us up in a condo on the beach. So we'd been at the beach for 2 weeks and having fun there. And Memorial Day weekend was coming, and they came in on Thursday, and they said, okay, don't come in tomorrow and don't come in until Tuesday next week. So basically, 4-day weekend. Well, we'd been at the beach already. We'd been out there every night, and my wife and son were out there every day, and they'd done all the stuff around Cape Canaveral and Cocoa Beach and all that. So we decided, well, let's go over to Disney World. So we drive over to Disney, and we stay there for a few days. And my son, he's only 2, so there's not a lot he remembers, but we have a couple pictures. One is him drinking this Coke bottle while he's walking around like this, and he's just holding it and spilling it, and because he's 2, and that's what they do. And when we took him for his graduation, we actually had him reenact the picture. But as a 2-year-old, he got to do a lot of the family style rides. And we did the adult swap on the more adult rides, and then we would do some of the kid rides. He got to ride the Barnstormer, and the whole time he's yelling "to infinity and beyond," and so that was pretty cool. But the thing about that trip that was the most memorable for me was we went to a character breakfast. And at Disney they do these character meals where the characters will come around and sign autographs and take pictures with you and all this kind of great stuff and interact with you, especially the kids. And my son's room had been decorated with Winnie the Pooh since he was born. So we decided we'd do a Winnie the Pooh character breakfast. So we're here, we're eating this breakfast, and out walks Winnie the Pooh from the back, and he's walking across the dining room, and my son stops with his fork here, and he just kind of puts it down, and he stands up in his chair, and he's got this look on his face like they're real. And I'll never forget that moment. I'll never forget that look. You see, sometimes when we do these types of vacations, it's not about what they'll remember as much as about what we'll remember. It's not necessarily so much about them as it is about us. It's about those moments and those experiences and that time together without work, without daily life, without all the things going on around you. So when people ask me what the perfect age is, I just say all of them. Because at 2 years old, it's all magic. At 8 or 9, the magic starts to disappear. My daughter was explaining to me when she was 9, when we went on the Haunted Mansion ride, how they were doing some of the tricks. So the magic starts to disappear. They still enjoy it. They still have fun. But it's different. And then they become teenagers, and it's about the thrill rides and doing more exciting things and having fun. But also we still do a character meal every now and then, and they still take pictures with them. And this last time, my daughter graduated, so we went there for her graduation, and my son was 21, so when we went to the beer garden for dinner, he got to have a beer with me. So it was different, but it was still the perfect age. And one of the things that the reasons why I wanted to share this story with you, especially as being the first one, is because when it comes to things like this and family events and experiences and stuff like that, it's about that moment. Live in it. And now that we have all this great digital technology and phones and cameras and everything, it's easy to take a ton of pictures and video. Do it. I know some people are like, oh, why are you always behind your camera? Well, I'm taking pictures of it, and I want to remember this. I want to have that thing to look at. And I still enjoy every moment of it. Because it's not about the perfect age. It's not about how much it costs or doesn't cost. It's not about any of that stuff. It's about the time you get to spend with them and see them grow through it. So whether you're into camping or whether you're into amusement parks or whether you're into going to the mountains and going skiing or whatever it is, don't worry about the perfect age. Worry about the perfect moment. Worry about spending that time with them. Just be in the moment and enjoy it, because that's all you have. And the family is the one thing that you can keep with you for a while. So I'm going to encourage you to enjoy every moment of it. Anyway, this is Todd, and I just want to thank you for watching, and I hope that as more and more of these family, home field advantage shows come out, and you get some more out of it and things, and as questions come up, you might have questions that you think you could send to me, and I'll answer. I'm not promising I know everything or can answer everything well, but I do know one thing. I've done it, and they've turned out pretty good. So anyway, I hope it helped you a little bit. God bless you.